So I want to show you, I actually ran out of bobbin, and at the very end it kind of pulled some bobbin thread up and it stopped for me, so I wasn't stitching forever without bobbin thread, but I've gone ahead and put a new bobbin in. But what I want to do is actually, instead of just starting back in the middle of this, I'm going to come all the way to kind of where that kind of jumped into the middle and started stitching this little grid. We're going to let it stitch over it instead of trying to take out all those little tiny stitches. So on our screen, when we have something that happens like that, it will usually bump you to a place where you can start to get in and back up with your stitches. This is the whole area, and this is exactly way zoomed in what you can see and where your needle is. I'm going to just move this just a second so you can see I'm going to be using the knobs to the side here to actually back up. So when I use the stitch width knob, the top one, it does ask, okay, put my hoop back on. That's good, because then I can see exactly where I am when I start to move things around. Good. Is when I back up stitch by stitch, you'll kind of see by the numbers here, every stitch is one little click. If I use the stitch length knob, that's going to jump a bunch of stitches, like 50 stitches or 100 stitches at a time. So I don't want to go too fast. I'm going to just back up just enough until it kind of jumps back to another little section here. So I'm going to go all the way around. There. So really, just right back to the beginning of where that color started is where I want to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start to stitch. So anytime that you need to go back over something, whether you break a thread or you just ran out of bobbin like I did, is to, instead of going back to the exact stitch you last embroidered, is to actually go ahead and back up a little bit. Now, I actually just touched the screen here, so I can even jump back stitch by stitch with my finger. That's not exactly what I want to do, so I'm going to go back, get right back to where I was. I'm going to go right to where that first little part and jumped in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you see what it takes to start it up again, and I'll stop it so you can see that it really does cover up. It doesn't draw attention to where you had to stitch something over itself, and it really looks good. So see how that covered it up? Now, if I can see just a hair bit of white bobbin thread coming up right in that area, I've been known to, but never to tell, taking a little bit of a fabric marker, a turquoise fabric marker, and just touching the tip of the pin just a little bit to that area, and you'll never see it. So we're going to continue on. This is our applique video that we're doing, and I'll show you what this looks like. If you want to see how we're doing it in that particular video, you can link over it over here.